wanna buy an X back and run the deadlines again. That's right, and Shadowcry, the ones you used to adore. If I should like to pay them for that content a little more, but I already paid for those dungeons before, included in the box I bought back in 2000 on all the Cataclysm. I swear that I've been here before. Prince Arthas is dead. Deathwing is no lawyer, Cataclysm. New races, new places to play. New content, still the same damn Cataclysm. I swear that I've been here before. Prince Arthas is dead. Deathwing is your lawyer, Cataclysm. New races, new places to play. New content, still the same damn game.
All right, that's it. That's enough. If you've got any more, I got a couple albums coming out for Christmas. I got my Christmas special coming up, working in collab with Mariah Carey, and I'll also be releasing my The Grinch Stole Christmas audio recording coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. Welcome, everybody. This is a stage. If you haven't done this before, basically, you guys can't talk. I can talk. You have to listen to me. Means that you won't, no soundboards will work, anything else like that. So if you're trying to spam it, it's not working. Any questions that you have, you can throw it up in general chat while we go through this. I'll try to make it quick. I don't know a lot of y'all, or I know most of y'all, but I don't know some of y'all. So this kind of helps us get started on the same page and lets us know what the expectations are. So thank y'all for making it. I'm glad you can do this. Let's make it nice and snappy. All right, so this is our classic adventure, part 2, classic. So obviously, if you've played with us before, we've done this on Ferlina, Herod. We came from Herod, went to Ferlina, and we've played through this a couple times now. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Got the goals, got the history, little raid times, days, philosophy, other words on this screen that are popping up at you now. So go ahead and get excited. We're going to have a good PowerPoint here. We got to start off strong. Obviously, the best fish in the fucking world is trout. Let's not get that twisted here. I just want to set the expectations clear before we go. So the goals for this expansion is I want to log on to a fun and productive raid environment the whole way through. Not trying to go super sweat. I'm not trying to get angry. I'm not trying to deal with people being dickheads and being annoying about everything. We've done this. We want to have fun with it. The point is to clear the raids quickly. And when quickly, I mean Ren buff duration. Obviously, Naxxramas, I think we'll have to re-clear at some point, or we'll have to rebuff. That's fine. But for MC, BWL, and AQ, if Ren buff ran out, that means that we messed up somehow, and that the raid needs to take a little bit, needs to go a little bit faster. So the goal here is to not waste my time. And if you don't waste my time, nobody else's time will be wasted either. So that means no wiping the raid, no messing around, no being late to raid, no doing silly things that are just going to make us take longer and stay there longer than we intend to. So improve each tier and enjoy playing with the people around you. And then try to respect the other people around you as well. I'm not going to sit here and police y'all because you're grown adults. However, you should respect each other at some level. Bam! Look at that transition. Oh, here's pictures. We've done stuff. All right, so the guild's been around a very long time. If you haven't been able to tell through the amount of memes that we have, we've done everything up until this point. We have a bunch of pictures. We've killed a lot of bosses. People that have been here for a while, you know, they know kind of how the environment is and enjoy playing with us for a reason. So we've killed bosses. We've done achievements. For some ungodly reason, we've done achievements. And we have, you know, continued to play through TBC, through Classic, and through Kata, Wrath, all this stuff. So just understand, if you're playing here, you're probably going to run into people that you enjoy being around.
Your shit's all fucked up. Nobody can hear a word you're saying.
Oh my God.
You muted and then it literally cut out.
God damn it.
I tried to call you on your phone. I'm so sorry.
Okay, hold on. What was the last thing you heard?
The very beginning.
I've been sitting here yapping to myself. Okay. All right, we're starting back over. What was the last thing?
I'm tossing you back up.
Hello? Did I get moved? I got moved. Oh my God. All right, hold on. Hello? Did I get moved? I got moved by Dom. All right, we're starting again. Welcome, classic. All right, so apparently I cut out, and I cut out somewhere in the beginning. So we're gonna start again. Welcome. This is our classic adventure again. It's the Return of the Rats. The boys coming back at it. I'm excited to be here, and this is the second time that I'm saying this again, so it'll be better. Now, if you've played with us before, you understand kind of what the guild is, and you're excited to come play with us again. So here's a list of stuff I'm going to talk about today. Look at this nifty PowerPoint transitions. Bam, 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 bam. PvP and world bosses, trials, expectations. These are the topics that we're going to talk about today. So get excited, and we're going to go through this as fast as possible. If you please direct your eyes to the top right corner here, this is the superior fish. It's called trout. Please learn to love it. And just want to start the tone off right for the day. So this is kind of the just setting the tone here for the guild. So let's talk about the goals for this expansion. And it's to log on and have a fun and productive raid environment the whole way through. We want to clear the raids quickly. And when I mean to clear the raids quickly, I mean rend buff duration. We are not going to be throwing on Skull and Pending Dune and using nifty stopwatches and like just going ultra sweat because we've done that. And at this point, I just want to clear the raid through the 60-minute rend buff duration. If we take longer, that means we messed up something. If we take less time, cool. We can all have warm pats on the backs and go drink iced milk in the tavern. The main goal here is to not waste my time. You don't waste my time, that means that the raid went smoothly. That means that you guys are doing the proper things you need to do with showing up to raid consumed, ready to roll, and have fun. I want everybody to continue to improve each tier, right? This is an easy version of the game. This is mostly a social game, honestly, when it comes down to it with Classic. You can sweat, you can do things that, you can parse on, but bosses that take 13 seconds to kill, it really comes down to who crit and what type of gear you're wearing. So, the main thing that I want to focus on here is enjoy playing with the people around you. And on top of that, treating each other with respect. I'm not going to babysit the entire raid because you guys are adults. However, there should be a base level of respect that goes to any players around you. Oh, that's trout. Wham. Okay, cool. We've been around a while. We've done this thing. So I'm going to throw cool screenshots because it's fun. And I have them all sitting on my desktop. So we've been through all stages of this content. We've done Classic. We've done TBC, Wrath, Kata. Honestly, we've had a good time all the way through. A lot of friends here, a lot of people that I enjoy being with, a lot of people I enjoy hanging out with. A lot of the guys in this channel, which I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for showing up. They're people that I've played with before at some point or another. So just please continue to have that good environment. Help us kill bosses. Help us have fun. And, we'll get through this expansion. So we've, apparently we're 4 years now. So we're all old as shit. Started in 2020. We've had some top 10 finishes in Wrath and Kata, mostly through our Deathwish raid team. We had a core group of players that have stayed, they've taken breaks, they've had kids, and they come back. People just keep coming back to play with me. I don't know why. It's probably because of the ice milk. And we've had a lot of people that have joined us over the years. We've absorbed guilds, we've absorbed different groups, like Squilly and his group. We brought in Chaos and Muffles and those guys. We've had a lot of players that have joined us over the years, and the people that stay are the people that I enjoy being around, right? That's kind of what it comes down to. And you may say, wow, that's kind of rude for you to say that. And it's really not. You kind of notice everywhere around the guild there's a certain type of people that enjoy being here. It's people that try to help each other out, try to have fun playing games together. And for the most part, they're decent players. Like, we're not going to carry people. We have people that try their best to be at the raid, perform, and be a team player. And that's how we're centered. Oh, this is stuff. We sucked in TBC, then we got better, and then we got better. Cool. All right, so let's talk about raid teams and times. We have 2 teams right now. We have Team Slaughter on Sunday, which is going to be at 8 p.m. EST. It's a DKP raid. We have Team Mayhem on Tuesday, which is also an 8 p.m. EST DKP raid. And then Team Question Mark. Haven't come up with a cool name yet, but as players level and we feel that there's a need for more teams, I'm down to throw this together. So that could either be a second raid team on Tuesday, if we want to just do back-to-back MC, BWL runs, if we want to throw another day. I'm not going to sacrifice a lot of my personal time, like for crazy days like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. However, if people want to get together and they want to do a raid, I'm here to work with y'all. And if there is somebody that steps up and wants to lead a raid team, I'm also open to that. So And that is kind of a caveat on that is I need to know you and trust you. It's not like I'm just gonna give it to someone that give it to a random. All right, so the philosophy: if you don't enjoy the people you're playing with, then it's not worth your time. If you don't have being around the people that if you don't enjoy the people you're around spending your time with in this game, it's not worth it, right? You know how many times do you spend in raid? These raids are easy, so you can pretty much go anywhere in raid. So there has to be a reason why you choose to play here. Now, one of the main reasons, of course, is the fact that we're consistent. We've done this over and over again. We have an established structure. We have established leadership. We have iced milk and rice with mayo. And there's a lot of things that bring that together. And but at the end of the day, I want people around me that I enjoy being around. And hopefully that's what you guys want as well. So our focus is on efficiency, on friendship, environment. This is super Care Bear shit. I get it. However, you know, it's like one of those things after we've been doing this for so many years at this point, it's like what keeps people around is enjoying the time that you're spending here, not anything else. So, God damn it, I'm muted again. Oh, all right, how long have I been muted? You can. I hate this. Not as long as this time. Okay, that doesn't help me. Okay, so this is. Did you hear about the raid times? 30 seconds. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the raid times, teams and days. Team question mark. Teams we made as players hit 60, and if there's a need, we can throw this team on after Tuesday raid. Anything else like that. If there's somebody that wants to lead that raid team, that's fine. I'm not gonna give them my personal time and days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday is off limits for me. We're really just gonna focus on if there is a group of players who want to play again on Tuesday, we'll run Tuesday and then run another team afterwards. We can do Wednesday, something easy, but the main focus here is just getting these two teams started up and going, and then we will throw on another team as needed. All right, so my philosophy again, if you don't enjoy the people we're playing with, then it's not worth your time. The biggest thing here is that what we've learned after all these years is that you have to enjoy the people you're around. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headaches, it's not worth the frustrations, it's not worth the drama. There's a lot of guilds out there, there's a lot of reasons people go play with other teams, there's a lot of reasons people play with us. We've done this for a long time, we have a good core, we have a established culture and friendship group, and we're pretty good with new players. So the main reason you should play with us is that we have solid leadership, we have good history, and I feel like for the most part people enjoy playing with us. If you don't, no hard feelings, right? It's your time, you choose how to spend it, and I kind of hope you all spend it with us. So focus on efficiency, focus on friends that you make in this environment, and then focus on having an environment that you enjoy being around. Because that's really what carries you most of the way. Again, for some reason or another, I've had this band of rats playing with me for as long as we have now. And most of the reason they come and play with us is because they enjoy the raid environments we have and they enjoy the guild that we have. So let's just keep focusing on that and just enjoy our time together. All right, DKP loot system. This is the first time that we've really done this, right? We've done loot counts the whole way through, and most of the time, it's worked out great, actually. We've had a good time with loot council. The reason I wanted to swap to DKP is that, well, from my experience in Classic, there's a lot of drama when it comes to loot council with 40-man players, right? A lot of players want certain items, they don't want other items, especially if they're ranking or they're doing certain things. The goal of this is to give you agency on your gear. You spend the points on how you want to, and the rules will be posted clearly in this slide and in the channel. So Dark Powell and Squirrel will be tracking DKP for respective teams. The goal of DKP is that you guys buy the items you want, and you leave me the fuck out of it, okay? I don't want to hear about, this player purchasing an item over you. There's ways to earn DKP, and most of it is just playing the game. You show up, come up with consumes, donate to the guild bank once a week, and you're good. So this is meant for you to choose how you want to use the items. The only caveat where I'll step in is if you're trying to buy gear from people to spite them. It's like a hunter buying spell power gear, or someone just buying something they're not going to use, and that's just not going to fly. So I'll start with the loot system. Make sure I'm not muted. All right, perfect. All right, so start of the phase, everyone's going to start with 500 DKP. You earn 100 DKP for showing up to raid. Damn, look at these slides. Bam, sliding in from the left. All right, 10 DKP for each world buff you're bringing to raid. There is a list in the channel. Look at that. 10 DKP for week for guild bank contribution. Basically comes down to like 1 elixir, 1 or 2 elixirs, and you're fine. I'm not going to read it until it actually hits. DKP spent that raid will go to a pool, and it'll be split up to players that raid. So say that there's 2,000 DKP that got spent that raid, it'll get split back up. So even though you do spend DKP, you'll earn some back at the end of the raid, and that'll help you going forward, right? So say you buy your best in slot item, you cash out the 550 DKP you had, you will cut back at the end of the raid, you'll earn your DKP for your world buffs, and you'll earn a portion of that pot, so like 500 divided by 40, so the 15 or whatever that you get. 13 and 12, whatever. All right, so if multiple people bid on the same item, it'll be rolled off and the winner spends DKP. So if Yugen spends 500 DKP on DFT, and Yordi and myself spend it as well, I'm probably going to win it. However, whoever wins the roll will lose that DKP. So and everybody else will just keep theirs for the next time that it drops. There is a 10% decay each week. That's kind of a part of the incentive to spend it. And then as we move into a new raid, the old raids will still have their own points, and the new raid tier will start. So when we go into AQ, you'll have everybody will start again with the 500, and you'll just start earning again. So you can't just bank DKP over the 2 tiers, 3 tiers, whatever. And then there's a week 100 DKP bonus for players that can douse. Now, as I'll go into later, we're doing soft res for the first week. However, the first week with your team, if you doused this coming week, you will get that 100 DKP bonus. So we will do some rep farms. We'll do some events to try to get everybody the rep they need so they can douse. If you have the ability to douse, you will get the points. All right, so let's talk about... Oh, one other thing I want to talk about real quick before we talk about legendaries. If there is there's an incentive system for spending DKP for letting items rot. Okay, so say that you have a QSR, which I doubt QSR will ever rot. However, or a Band of Valkyria, right? So you say Band of Valkyria drops, or a Core Houndtooth. If that is an upgrade for a player in the raid, and they're, for example, wearing a green item, or they're wearing a blue questing item from like level 40 or something like that, and they choose to not buy that item because they're spending for something else, then we will dock every player that can use it as an upgrade the cost of that item, and then we will give it to them, because we're not going to sit here and watch gear rot when you could have spent 20 DKP and just bought it. Okay, so I'll post rules about that. It's not meant to punish. However, we're not going to sit there and DE all the gear every raid because everybody wants to save up for Onslaught Girdle. It's going to happen. However, you guys need to figure out as a class or a group or specs, if all the warriors want to get together and be like, hey man, you're obviously not going to get Onslaught because we have 200 more DKP than you, then you need to start soaking some of this other gear. So I'm kind of hoping it shakes out naturally. If not, we'll look at that and revisit. Let's talk about legendaries here. All right, so Thunder Fury is going to be a tank prio item just to start off with. However, we are going to institute the voting system. So the Atiyesh is going to go to a raid team vote. Sulfuris for Tuesday team, Mayhem will go to Yugen first and then the raid team vote. And then Thunder Fury will go to tank prio with the raid team vote as well. So the reason for this is that we've tried it before in the past and worked really well in Wrath. Is the social incentive that comes with voting. So if you guys, if you're a good player of the team, you make people feel good, that you do items with them, then they'll vote for you to get it. So the big thing there is just being an active part of the guild, active part of your team, and hopefully people vote for you. So social dynamics behind that is kind of cool. If you have any questions about that, it'll be a secret ballot. It'll go to the officer team. The officers will count it together, and we'll let you know, and we can show the proof and all that to make sure it's not corrupt. So, but yeah, the Thunder Fury in the first raids will go to me. since, well, first of all, nobody really knows. A lot of other people are playing, and I'm going to main tank both runs. So, and then after that, the Thunder Furies will go to vote, and you have to choose between one of the tanks. Let's look at this. Cool. Look at that. Yugen. Nice. Oh. Okay. All right, let's talk about professions. Some rice and mayo. If you guys get motivated, Duke's mayo is the best mayo. So, profession channels for requests. We can use the Guild Bank donations for crafting. So if you really need an item, reach out to Nightstar, who's going to be handling the Guild Bank, and you can get donations. Week Raid 1 plans. We're all going to have a nice, fresh cup of iced milk to go with everything. And we're going to start raiding on Sunday, December 15th at 8 p.m. The raid will be formed starting at 7. The only reason is this week is that I feel like we don't know everyone. We don't know who's going to be ready, what gear level there's going to be at, so I'm going to start forming the raid early. Start checking everybody's gear, get everything set up, get to the raid. So I'm expecting there to be some world PvP, and we'll go from there. So the loot will be 2 SR for MC, 1 SR for Oni, and the HR is Bindings, Onslaught, and Band of Akira. So, yeah. We thought about it for a while. We thought about doing DKP and then wiping the DKP. Everybody's going to be merged together into that raid. So the fairest thing to do is just let everybody roll on the items they want. Excuse me, and then start DKP on week 2 with their raid team. Okay, so I don't know what this slide is. Oh, PvP. All right, awesome. So we will be organizing pre-mades and world PvP events on the server. We're going to do some cool events with other guilds. We will help players that are legitimately ranking with guild support. That means like if you need consumes for the week or something and you are ranking appropriately, then you can let us know. There's no plans for added DKP for ranking. If you rank and you get the weapons, you're basically saving yourself the cost of having to buy those items. So it's a benefit to you. We will participate in the World Boss Coalition. I'm going to have to wait and see how it goes. I don't know how they're going to do. They're kind of sus, so we'll see. No sweaty 3 a.m. pings or calls world bosses. Honestly, if anybody pings me after 12 o'clock and midnight, you're just going to get muted for a whole day. I'm not doing it. Everybody got a job. I got shit to do in the morning. I can't be waking up at 3 in the morning to answer world boss pings. All right, trials. Wham. Dude, look at that thing. It's coming in from the... Oh, man. PowerPoint, right? All right, so trials will earn DKP from the pot, and they're going to be... they will be attending raid, and they have 2 weeks of no buying. So they will be validated by the office team at that time, and everyone's starting at week 1 or week 2, you can buy normally. So even though if you're new to the guild and you're in the raid team first, there's no like, oh, you're a trial, you can't buy items. If you're starting the team in the first 2 weeks because you hit 60 and you're playing, you're ready to go, then you can you're good to go. This is for players that are joining in down the road. The way that they'll do it is we have to make sure they're not just coming in to snag items, right? And so they will earn DKP from the pot, and that was the reason we did the pot mechanism, is because it's a catch-up, right? If you've joined a guild at a later point of DKP, you're like, well, shit, I'm only earning 100 a week. How am I ever going to buy an item? Well, the players that spend the DKP, you're going to end up just sitting there accruing it, and you're going to catch up a lot quicker. And it incentivizes people to come and join us down the road as y'all start quitting because of hurricanes and tornadoes and family events and whatnot. All right, so expectations. If you've been asking me questions, you need to just DM me. Did I mute again? What time is it? No. Okay. Still can't hear you. I don't know why I'm reading these out loud. I think I have a problem. All right, so let's talk about player expectations. This is kind of a big one here. So one of the things that we focus on here is not blaming other people for your mistakes. Accept what you could have done better in any situation. Don't make excuses. Don't say, hey, the tank should have taught it this, and that's why I died and lose my world buffs. Well, were you watching your fucking threat? Were you making sure the tank had pulled rage? You could always do something in any situation that you could have done better, right? You could have lipped, you could have petried, you could have done something besides blaming other people. I absolutely hate players that the first thing they do is blame everyone around them. And then on top of that, they start making excuses, and they come into comms with 40 people in the raid, and they're like, well, it actually isn't my fault. Don't fucking do that. Just accept that you could have done better and move on, right? We're not holding grudges. It's not a personal thing. Just move forward with the raid, and let's put it behind us. Show up to the raid day and leave your day behind. Don't take out your life on us. One of the things I've learned over 4 years is people have a bad day at work and they come here and they start getting upset and taking out on us. All of us have shitty days. We all have a life. We all have responsibilities. Don't come to raid and start being a dick to us for no reason, okay? I understand if you're frustrated, just go ahead and mute and just smash your keyboard and pump some numbers and take it out that way. Be healthy. Playing your class well is important. I don't want to take away from that, but don't sacrifice the team for your parsing. People have to do shitty jobs. We will rotate responsibilities. You have to play the game or the raid will wipe, right? So just because you want to parse doesn't mean that you sacrifice the team. Consumes enchanted gear and optimized items are baseline expectations. You're not going to get a high 5 because your gear is enchanted. You are going to get a raid spot. It is expected that you show up to raid with your gear enchanted, with your items optimized. If you bought an item the week before, it needs to be ready to go. Don't be that guy that's scumbagging, or you will get noticed. Don't miss out on upgrades. It takes time to farm it out. There's always going to be players that want your spot. This is going to kind of come into play during AQ. You know, if it takes you a while to farm it out, that's fine, right? Like hunters, if you want to farm out your bracers, it's going to take a little bit, but at least do it at some point, right? Don't just sit there and be like, well, I'm not going to do it. Fuck that. I don't need to do that for some reason. No call, no show is loss of all DKP. And the second no call, no show is removal from the team. There's a raid absence channel. You just post out. You say like, hey, my dog is, I don't know, chasing a squirrel down the street and I can't make it to raid. So that's the reason I'm missing out today. I've seen all the excuses. Just post your best one whenever you're not going to show up to raid, and let's go with that. Regular raid, be there 15 minutes prior. Mages need to be in the raid making water 15 minutes prior. Warlocks need to be summoning and have full shards. Making water is actually a huge one that gets missed a lot. You need to be sit there making food, making water for players to have. Warlocks need to be summoning, have full shards. Everybody has a role that they could be playing and helping out with, so please be at raid 15 minutes prior. We will be unbooting and pulling at 8:01. And don't catch me off guard with that one, because this raid is easy as shit. You could clear MC with actually about 25 to 30 people. I will just leave you behind, and you will miss out on DKP and leave for the week. Oh, dude, look at these crystals. Oh, this is a big thing, by the way. You know, you need to make sure that you're... Never mind. All right, just check your horoscopes daily. All right, no random AFKs during raid. The raids are fast, and we're going to move in quick. The raid should take less than an hour at the worst case scenario. So go ahead and tinkle, do your bathroom breaks, do whatever you got to do, and just sit down and just crush for an hour, man. There's mythic pluses that take just as long as the raid do. Holding the raid back will be us reconsidering your spot. And the point is have fun, stay on task, and move quickly. Talking during raid is limited. It's going to be a push to talk channel. With 20 to 25 people, it's not bad. We can meme around and do whatever. But with MC and BWL, it's really just going to be me yapping for about 30 minutes, and then we're done. Because we're just going to be pulling, moving through. If you are one of those guys that just loves to just run your mouth through and raid, and like you're fun to have around, that's cool. Let's just find the right time and place to do it. If you keep interrupting me, you're just going to get muted. Watch thread and minimize deaths during trash. You losing world buff screws us all over. Okay? This goes back to making excuses. You should be... Good players understand the environment that they're around. They're not just always going at 100 and being like, well, shit, I don't know. You guys just suck. Raid atmosphere should be fun and serious. I know it doesn't make sense, but if you've done it with us, you understand what it means. Like, you can have fun, but you should still be performing. And if you can't have fun and perform, just focus on performing. If you're one of those guys that can't joke around and play the game at the same time, focus on playing the game. You know yourself better than I do, and I know some of y'all definitely can't do it, so don't interrupt me either. And anyone that's making a call out, just let them make the call out if they're assigned to do it, right? And I don't like backseat raid leaders. Again, I think I've done this enough, and I have people that I trust to make calls for me. Let's just go with that, right? And if I mess up, I'm gonna tell you I mess up, and I'll own it. Oh shit, look, they're spinning. And then we'll go from there. All right, we're gonna sit here. Nice. Oh, this is a quartz, by the way. This is a purple quartz. It's really popular during this time of the year, actually. Really helps center your chakra. Okay, so we have a whole community here in this Discord. These are just our general rules. I post them every single time. It's a bullshit-free zone. we're not PC, but we're not going to tolerate racism in Game Awards. So we find this weird interaction. If you drop a hard R, I'm just going to ban you. Anyone that's played me for a hard time, for a long time knows that. And we try to maintain a core of players all the way through. There's a lot of shooting stars that we've been around, and our core has been together since Classic the last time. So we spend a lot of time bringing players that we enjoy and be open to criticism. I know all of you guys are former gladiators, former top 10 world players. That's fine. Everyone makes mistakes. We can all improve. Let's just focus on working as a team and moving forward as a team. These are the officers. They're here to help us succeed. I trust them, I think. And they're here to help us achieve our goals, right? They're going to earn your respect. They're good people. They're good players. And they're crucial to us succeeding. So you got Yordi, Bionics, Nightstar is going to be the new bank officer. Squilly, who's thank you Habibi for some reason. Dark Pal, and Satomi. All right, cool. And then, I don't know what this is.
Stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you.
I don't know why that got in there.
Watch out. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
All right.
We must.
All right, that's enough, George Bush. Okay, so I forgot what to put here. We also play other games. If you want to play Magic, Path of Exile, League of Legends, and stuff like that. Cool. All right, I will now take questions. Is casino downtime's okay? Yes, you can gamble during raid because you're gonna lose all your money. So tell me. Anyone else have any questions? I just gave you a lot. I am not single, actually. Yes, I'm going to post the PowerPoint so you'll have access to it. Tuesday's only Tuesday. Yeah, I put Tuesday, Wednesday at one point, thinking that I would do both, but we're just going to do Tuesday. Album is dropping next week. You can't go to both raids. Your DKP is locked to each raid. So if you go to Tuesday raid, your DKP is locked on that character for the Tuesday. You can bring another character to Sunday and earn a DKP there. We can get you perms after this big W. There is no DKP cap. There's just a decay. No, you can just join in if you're 60 at the time, Frosty. You don't have to do any application. Mayhem is going to be combining. The whole guild is just doing a guild run this Sunday, right? Because obviously we can't raid on Tuesday because the raid launches on Thursday. So Tuesday will be when we actually start on the 15th, I think it is. No, the 17th is the first raid for Mayhem. I'm not sure yet at this point, but if we are overfilled, I will be doing another run on Monday or another run right after the Sunday run. So I'll have another warrior ready. We'll have people that can raid and we will organize that. But right now I'm not expecting 4060s. There is a sign up somewhere in the signups channel. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, it is right there. It says Thursday, December 12th. But you can just, I'm going to put up a new one for Sunday. Yes, I will post a roster for Sunday prior. That way, if you don't get into it. But actually, I won't post a roster because I need to see who's actually ready at the time of raid. So if you don't get into raid on Sunday, then I will try to do another run for you on Monday. You can find another run. Frosty, yes. I will. There won't be class officers at this point. I think I'm just going to assign debuffs and do a rotating schedule of debuffs on the assignment sheet. If it becomes an issue where it's like, oh, I'm always the one doing it, we can swap it around. But I will assign the warlocks specifically one curse each. Yeah, it's fine. You already. Satomi will send it all to Nightstar and keep a list of it. Yes, you will have the spreadsheet for DKP will be open to everyone. All the manipulations are public. There is nothing that will be hidden. You can see the edits that are done. So we have an add-on for the Tuesday team, and Sunday is doing a spreadsheet. Raid comp, I'm not going to be super strict on that. Obviously, there'll be more warriors and rogues. that's why I said if there's a lot of overflow and it becomes an issue, I will make another team on Tuesday to just do that. But yeah, there is probably a world where people are just going to get left out, and that's, you know, I'll do my best, but I can't have that many characters this early. I'm also not going to run 50 mages, so classify as raid ready. You need to have greater fire protection. You need to have some fire protection, 1 arcane protection potion, or 2, probably 2 greater arcane protection potions first. Couple fire protection potions for Rag. Overall, just try to have your gear as ready as you can be. Get world buffs. You don't have to have full elixirs week 1. Definitely no flasks. Anything else? I think TKO, you got another question. Yes, you will get DKP. If you get sat, you will still get the points. And that's actually a really good point. Talking about the bench. We will have players that probably don't come in every week. If you are ready for raid and you don't get to go, you will still be considered part of it. So that's a really good question, TK. The thing is too is we're going to be going through the whole expansion, right? Over the course of a year, and we've seen this multiple times. People don't last the whole time. Right now there's a lot of hype for it because it's new. Realistically, we'll have about maybe 25 of the players stay the entire expansion. So we want to keep our bench happy. We want to keep our social players happy. You know, you still get the points if you show up to raid. And we are going into TBC, if that wasn't clear. I think a lot of people are really just interested in TBC and they're here to hang out. A roster, when you say, if you're 60 right now, you're going to be on the roster for Sunday. You will have to get your Oni attunement done. I think we're going to do some events for Oni here soon. Just to go through and get the dragons done. And I won't, again, the roster I won't know until Sunday, until I see who's actually online, ready to go, ready to get into raid. So for the Tuesday and Sunday teams, I'll be working on the roster based on the signups, which you guys need to go sign up in these channels where it says Sunday signups and Tuesday signups. Someone keeps moving these freaking channels around. Is there going to be a guild Oni? No, we will be doing Oni as well after MC. So it'll be MC Oni, obviously, every single time. And we'll probably we'll probably split the raid into 2 at some point during MC as well. Like, after about probably a month of doing MC and Oni together, we'll split into 2. So we can get efficient Oni gear. Raid absence. Alright. Seems to be mostly questions. Anything else, you guys can just hit me up afterwards. I have this recorded. I will post the recording. I will post the slideshow. I appreciate all of you coming here. I'm excited to play with y'all. I think it's going to be a good time. I'm excited. So I'll see y'all out there. Please eat trout for dinner. Throw a little mayo in your rice and have some ice milk. Hope you all have a great night.